Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. Welcome to Friday, which only means one thing. Welcome to Runescape free Marketwatch. So in terms of this week, we've had two pretty decent updates. We have the Secrets of Amberfell, the brand new quest for Havenhive, unlocking the Amberfell region. Doesn't seem to be too much behind that quest, but what is sort of followed up with it is the June months ahead. So in terms of this month for updates, we are going to get the brand new dig site in Havenhive, which should hopefully be nice. I'm going to do a little bit of a video just talking through this as well, and tie in some of the content stuff and stuff we're looking to do on the channel as well, just so we can wrap it all in one big video for you guys. However, we are not here for that. We are here for one thing only. Welcome to Runescape free Marketwatch, where we go through the Runescape free Grand Exchange, price rises and price falls on the homepage, to go through any investment tips, money making methods, or things up in price and down in price, which can be worthwhile investing. Now, if you are brand new to the channel and brand new to these videos, please make sure to leave me a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and if you've got any suggestions on content, drop them in the comment section down below. Always looking to do brand new videos for you guys, which you guys are looking to watch and enjoy as well. So without further ado, let's go and jump into it, and let's start with price rises for this week. So the main one starting is going to be Chinchompers. The standard ones are now nearly 1.7k each. These are probably the best familiar to go and do at the brand new Havenhive summoning spots. Because they're stackable and because charms are stackable, it can just be a way for you to go and get that trim requirement exceptionally quickly without having to move or having to bank. That is why these are going up, but also with people making the Chinchomper pouches, these Chinchompers are going out of the game and probably not coming into the game at the kind of level they need to as well. So that is why those have been going up quite aggressively over the past couple of weeks. We have Laurens at 284, Crystal Skill Chompers 3.3k each, and a U Wood Spirit 56 GP each. Sourdough Brew Flask 26.8k, a Mithril Bar 2.6. Really good way to make some money on non-members is smithing Mithril Bars. And a U-Log is now 900 GP each. We live in a very wild time at the minute with RuneScape 3 where certain skilling methods which were iconic back in the day are making decent profits. Like 900 GP for U-Logs, obviously in the grand scheme of things for RuneScape 3, isn't going to compete with any of the PVM moneymakers, but those people who want to train their woodcutting and do things like U-Log to train their woodcutting with, will make a decent amount of profit, which is what we want. We want people to be able to make profit while skilling, because that is always good for people to have and encourages people to do it as well. We have Super Restore Flasks 18.2, an Iron Bar is 2.4k. Soft Clay is 1.3 thousand coins each, and a Limpoite Root is 866. We have Maple Logs at 471 GP each, Anti-Sanguine Potions at 1.8k. Now I did do a video about this, just sort of highlighting how expensive these can be. Just because they are such a niche item and there's not a lot of anti-sanguine potions in the game, they've probably crashed from where I was selling them for, but there would still be really good profits. Just check your margins before going to do anything. We have Haven Silver Bars at 144 each. I didn't realise these were in the game. I thought they were untradeable, so whether that's something which has come from the quest or whatever, they are now available on the Grand Exchange. Dinosaur Hide is something I've had a couple of comments about over the past couple of weeks, and I think it's something we're going to go and have a bit of a play with Big Game Hunter. Apparently dinosaur hides are incredibly high in price, way beyond the Grand Exchange price, and people are struggling to get them if they're looking to do masterwork as well. So dinosaur hide is definitely something we'll go and have a look at. Ascension Keystones 80.9k each. We have Jackalope Antlers at 683. These were more around 10 to 15k, although for whatever reason they seem to be coming into the game a lot more. I'm not sure about the pouch price, but these can be a really good way to make some money with summoning if you can get your hands on them. We have the Raw Giant Chinchomper Meat at 54.4k, probably way above the mid price for that. Powder Burials 354.1, Manuscriptures of Fall 55.4. Compass Rose 5.8k each, Dragon Scale Dust 274, Unicorn Horn Dust 1000 coins. We have some Grimy Herbs in Cannantine 714. And Grimy Quam at 3.9k each. We have Astral Runes at 425, Skekna's Hypno 1 Projector is 42 mil. Again, the Hypno 1 prices have always been all over the place. They've still not sort of reined them in, which is something they really do need to do. And obviously with the Grand Exchange update coming some point this year is what they're hoping to do, is to make prices a lot more relevant and transparent from where they're currently sat. Super Compost is 788, Golden Roses 1.2 mil, which generally means that Powder of Penance is going to rise, which it is. 877.3k for that. Raw Rabbit 610, Raw Beef 789. Again, fantastic ways to go and make some money very early into gameplay. So if you're someone who's brand new and wants to make some profit, that is a really good way to do it. You can make so much money just from killing like rabbits and cows. Wings of War 5.1k each. Crystal Flask 3.2k. These have started to go up a little bit, very similar to potion flasks like the volume and the demand is kind of not there. But the thing is that if you're going to choose between a crystal flask and a potion flask, the potion flasks are so much more. So whether this could be the big curve of a crystal flask going back up quite aggressively and maybe even matching a potion flask, don't know. But it's definitely one of those where there will still be a demand here. And because of the price, because it's not so much worth doing now, this might be the big push on the crystal flasks going up in price. We have oak planks at 1.5k each, a super restore Fordos 2.2k, and a manuscript jazz 59.2. We have an ancient scale at 624.4k, the Starbloom flower seed going back up now 27.3, pure essence 32, and a Balarax sashbrush 125.5 mil. This would have gone up because people are anticipating that they'll need it for the archaeology dig. Again, June really isn't like too far away. It's probably like in 2 weeks we're going to get to the update for the dig site, and the sash brush can be very helpful for that as well. We have a limestone brick at 1.6k each, cut jade 7.1, mithril ore 1.1k each, and vulcanized rubber 6.9k for that. Now we do have a theme this week of some archaeology materials still going up in price. As I've said over the past couple of weeks, if you spot these items going up in price and you have a decent amount in your storage and you're not planning to use them, sell them while the price is high and just buy them when they go down eventually in a couple of weeks, because it is a repetition of there will be a demand on this kind of dig site and they just go down after a while as well. It always happens, and it's one if you can catch, you can make a fair bit of money from it as well. Extreme ranging potion at 7.7k each. We have orichalcite stone spirits 400 GP. Bandos chestplate 1.5k each, and apex leather 35.8k. Again, probably not really there in terms of price. The anti-sanguine potions as well, not going to be there in a price. They are extremely expensive, like I mentioned in that video. We covered like how to do them and how to make profit from them. And then finally, the clockwork 6.2k, which is actually a really good way to make some money if you're looking for a very low level. All you need is having the clockwork maker's bench in your play-around house. So in terms of this week, pretty similar to how we've been plodding on over the past couple of weeks. Archaeology materials are up and down and kind of all over the place. There doesn't seem to be any reason why certain materials are going up. It just kind of points towards like low volume and certain demands on items as well. But general mid-level skilling items are going up in price. We've got mithril bars, yew logs, maple logs going up, which is always nice. So skilling does seem to be quite steady at the minute. However, there's nothing standout this week. Obviously, there'll be like archaeology supplies, maybe porter items as well will be going up in price. But just keep an eye on the prices and we'll see what we can do with that. So price falls this week, which might be the big one and the big one to have a look into. Let's go and jump in and let's have a look. So the first thing I can see is Frost Dragon Bones dropping down to 18,000 coins, and they did have a nice little surge for a while, and the fall down kind of makes sense because they just seem to follow that pattern as well. So interesting to see if there'll be much of the bones to follow this as well. We have a grimy toad flax at 1.9k each, which I don't know, I think that's a little bit cheap in my opinion. Like toad flaxes obviously are related to brews. Brews will always be in demand because people will use them for PVM. Maybe not so much now at the minute because we don't have too much on the PVM side. But grimy toad flax 1.9k, yeah, that's very, very cheap. It might be something where you can go and buy these grimy toad flaxes, use your 99 herb cape to clean them in one invo. So one click on the cape perk will go and clean the whole invo and just throw them into a potion producer. So that could be a good money making method, maybe one I'll look at over the week, but really interested to see if that's gone down. We have Vibrant Energy 207 for the most popular energy in my opinion. I think it serves a lot of people. 207 is a good price if you're looking for some porters, especially with the archaeology dig coming. Could be a good time for that. We have Warpstone at 75.9 mil. This was always going to come down because the warped weapons are great. They really are very, very good, but they're very niche. So there's only so many people want. So eventually the more Warpstones will come into the game, the more that'll go down. Black Dragon Leather, exceptionally cheap, 1.8k each. You could pretty much buy these, turn them into Black Dragon Eyed Bodies and make profits, whether you want to sell them on the Gun Exchange or put them in your auto outfit. It's a really good way to go and make some pretty easy money. We have Raw Sharks 332. We have Saradomin's Hum 7.7. I've just caught as well, Ashes being 382 GP each is exceptionally cheap. Now these are used for like inks and I haven't seen them at that kind of price for a while. So if you're someone who makes inks quite consistently, could be a really good time to go and pick that up. We have the Saradomin's Hum at 7.7 mil, Ganodermic Gloves 338k, Eternal Magic Wood Spirits 11.2 and Primal Stone Spirits 15.3, Teleports to House 9.4k each, and a Dragon Rider's Lance now 18.5 mil. If you're someone who thinks they're going to have a big push on invention anytime soon and you need some of those components, could be a really good time to buy that up. We have Gold Rune at 2.8k each, Congealed Blood 264, a Mammoth Tusk is 22.1k each. And just looking down, this is some massive decrease in skilling prices. Like this is heavy. Steel Bar 1.3k is a very cheap price for a Steel Bar, especially if you're looking to turn them into Clockworks. We've just seen their Clockwork is around 6.2k, so that could be nearly 5k profit per Clockwork. Dragon Metal 2.8k each, Imperial Steel 2.7, Orphan Glass 2.6, Archaeology Materials again. These all went up in price and eventually they've got to come down eventually because people would have bought the amount they needed and then after that they just sell, or the price will have to go down to find buyers for it as well. Dinosaur Bones 13k each, Dragon Dart Tip 2.1, a Yak Milk is 66.1k, and a Ring of Vitor is 3.9 mil. Wyvern Bones coming down. These kind of spiked a couple of weeks ago when they really should have kept going down. 12.7k is still a little bit too expensive. I wouldn't touch Wyvern Bones if you're looking to buy them for herbal supplies or whatever until they get to around the 8-9k mark. That's when it's sort of worthwhile having a look into and picking them up there. We have Morcello Mushrooms 9.2k each, Aggression Potions 60.8k, Clean Lantadime 4.3 and Swamp Tart at 350. A large crate for historic components is 12.2 mil, Blood Runes 425, Binding Contracts for Hellhound 67.7k, Brilliant Energy 251 and the Notice of Deceit finally coming down, so they did peak to the point of about 220-ish mil, which compared to where they started was a really big rise, so 208 mil for that. Acadia Logs are just over 1,000 coins, Adrenaline Crystal 9.5k, Papaya Fruit 2.5, and a Bloodweed Seed at 29.6k. Greater Death Swiftness is 144.3 mil, Zerosian Essence 174.4k, Augmenter just under 300,000 coins, and a Silver Sickle 3.9k as well. Bowstrings A74, Diamond Necklaces 4.5k, really good if you're looking for porters, although the Ruby necklaces are so cheap, that's kind of what I'd recommend anyone to do. Dragon Bones, just over 1,000 coins, incredibly cheap in terms of their price. If you're looking for prayer, it's just so cheap now. I would highly recommend if you're someone who's got a little bit of cash spare, don't have 99 prayer or 95 prayer and curses, just invest the money. It will pay itself off so quickly. Cadmium Red, 8,000 coins. Soapstone, 3,000 coins as well. A Weapon Poison at triple plus for a 4 dose is 33.5k. We have the Power Burst of Master Stroke 2.7, Demon Slayer ability 95.7, a Grimy Arbok 6.1, Extreme Ranging 2 dose 5.6k, a Dragon Pickaxe 14.7 mil, Hand Cannon 745k, and then finally Portable Sawmill 1.5k for that. So price falls this week is an absolute bloodbath, but there is some massive things to keep an eye out here because I think there's some really good things to invest in later on. All of the bones are high tier bones and have uses, especially for Wyvern Bones. Definitely keep an eye on that, but I wouldn't touch them until they go down 10,000 coins. You have herbs here, which could be very much worthwhile holding until the next double XP, or just turn into a partial potion with the producer as well. That's a really good way to make some GP. Aggression Potions, very useful item if you're looking to do some Slayer or AFK combat. They're going down. And yeah, just a lot of skilling supplies, especially Archaeology. Archaeology has items in price rises, but also has quite a lot more in price falls. So definitely be keeping an eye out on which of these Archaeology sets are peaking and falling, because some of them really will make you a lot of cash. So yeah, that's going to be Marketwatch for this week. Really hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you're making any moves in terms of flipping or what you're doing for this week. Really hope you guys enjoyed and found this helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.